will discuss about top Maven interview question. So most of the company they will ask some Maven related interview questions. So what is Maven? When to use Maven? So Maven is used for the build tool. Mostly we used in Java with a Spring Boot microservices project or any type of Java project. So as a Java developer, if you are a freshers and experienced, interviewer may ask this type of questions related for Maven. Have you used which build tool you used and have you used Maven and all? So what is Maven? So the first question maybe they ask related for the Maven. So we collected many of the uh, common interview questions related for Maven. What type of question they may ask and what are the questions they ask in the previous experience as per the different companies and different interview. So these things I collected. So the first question is what is Maven? So Maven is just a build tool we use to build the application, either Java based application, Spring Boot based, microservice based. So we need to use a Maven. And the next question is what is the main features of Maven? What all are the main features in the Maven? So why we are using this Maven? So we can give some main features related for the Maven. And the next question is what area of a project can you manage by using Maven? So what type of area of the project can be used or managed by the Maven? So that is used for the building the applications and all. So we have to build the jar war and anything jar file. So that cases we use the Maven. So Maven will have different life cycles and all. So what all are the main advantage of Maven? So there are multiple advantages why will you use the Maven, so that we can collect and the interview you can give this in proper answers. And then why do we say Maven use conventions over configurations? So these are very important questions like Maven use conventions over configurations. Why do we say, what is the use and why we are telling this out? What are the responsibility of a build tool like Maven? What is the difference between Ant and Maven? So before Maven we have a Ant was there, so that also as a build tool, and after that Maven came. Right now Maven and Gradle is there. So they can ask what is the difference between Ant, Maven, Gradles and all. The next question is what is Mojo in Maven? What is Mojo in Maven? And the next question is what is a repository in Maven? And the next question is what is a different type of repository in Maven? There are three type of repository in Maven: central, local, remote and all. So that they can ask where you used and which central repository either you used, or local or remote, which type of repository you used in your project. So we have a local repository, so they can ask what is a local repository, what is central repository, what is a remote repository, when to use remote repository, so these things. And the next question is why we should not store jar in CVS or any other version control. So why we are not storing this jar in CVS form or any other version control, so that control system instead of Maven repository? Because in Maven we have a Maven repository, features are there we are storing all the jar file. So they are asking why we are not use any other CVS or version control system. And the next question is can anyone upload jars or artifact in central repository? Either anyone can upload or maybe some specific teams will be upload the jars and all. So these things. And then what is a POM and what is a super POM? There's two things, one is a POM and there is a super POM. So what is the difference between POM and super POM? And the next question is what all are the main required element in POM file? And what are the phases in build life cycle in Maven? So we have a multiple phases are there in build life cycle. So what all are those, and that we need to use, so that Maven will build this application based on this, validate the phase of life cycle and then build the application. What command will you use to package your Maven project? What type of command you use to package your Maven project? So there are some basic commands are there. Maven clean, install, update, and all many things are there. So what is the format of fully qualified artifact name of a Maven project? What is a format of fully qualified artifact name of Maven project? What is an architect type in Maven project? What is an archetype in Maven? And what all are the command in Maven to generate a archetype? What is a what all are the three main build lifecycle in Maven project? What all are the main use of Maven plugins? So there are plugins also there. So what is the use of Maven plugins and all? And how will you find the version of plugins being used? And the next question is, what is a different type of profile in Maven? Where will you define this type of profile? So we have a profiling also in Maven. So that pom.xml is there. In that pom.xml file will, once you install the Maven in your local or any repository or anywhere, so in that Maven will have a pom.xml. So that pom.xml will have to add all those things. What is the difference? What all are the different setting file in Maven? Where will you find this file? Different setting file in Maven, where you will find this all file. What are the main element we can find in setting.xml? And the next question is, how will you check the version of Maven in your system? And the next question is, how will you verify if Maven is installed on window or not? Maven is installed on window or not? What is Maven artifact? What are the different dependency scope in Maven? What all are the different dependency scope in Maven? How can we exclude a dependency in Maven? It's a very important question. How can we exclude dependency in Maven? How Maven search for a jar corresponding to a dependency? What is a transitive dependency in Maven? And the next question is, how can we exclude dependency in Maven? And what is the next question is, what all are the optional dependency in Maven? Some of the optional dependency also there in Maven. So what all are those? Where will you find the class file after compiling Maven project successfully? Where you will find the class file. So after compiling Maven project successfully. What is the default location for source, test and build directory in Maven? So there will be some by default is there. So where will be, so that we can find the details. What is the result of jar goal Maven? How can we get a debug or error message from the execution of Maven? What is the difference between release version and snapshot version in Maven? How will you run test class in Maven? There is some main class and test class will be there. Test class is to check the business of the particular scenarios. So we have at the rate test and all. So how we will test this using Maven? Sometimes Maven compiles the test classes but does not run them. Why? We need to skip and all. What could be the reason for it? So that reason. And the next question is, how can we escape the running of test in Maven? We have option to escape. Can we create on directory structures of Maven in on directory structure for a project in Maven? Yes, we can create. What is the difference between Gradle and Maven? So we told already Gradle and Maven right now is a trending. So which we are using, depends on the requirement and client. You can use either Maven and Gradle. So what is the difference between that? And what is the difference between inheritance and multi-mode in Maven? And what is the build portability in Maven? So these all are the questions which will be asked by the interviewer. If you will prepare these all Maven interview questions, apart from this, there is no other questions will be asked by the interviewer. Only this is the main interview questions which will be asked of any type of interview uh, of any companies, like either product or service base, or any of members can prepare for this, like either freshers and experience, or high level of experience and all. So like that, these all are the common interview questions of Maven related. So I collected all the Maven uh, related questions which will be asked by the interviewer. Apart from, if you prepare these all questions, then there is no extra questions will be asked by the interviewer related for Maven and all. So prepare these all questions. You can find easily these answers on Google. If you want, I can also give these answers and all, but prepare for that yourself so that you can understand this questions, answers, and then prepare for the interview. Yeah, thank you.